Police say they have very little to go on to try to solve the city's latest homicide. A man who has not been identified was found shot to death in an SUV this morning in the Brentwood neighborhood of the North Side. On the right of your screen, this is the 135th homicide here in Jacksonville this year. On the right of your screen, these are pictures of just some of the victims. News 4 Jax reporter Jim Piggott is joining us live with a look at this latest homicide and how it is highlighting a bigger concern with crime overall. Jim?
You know, Tom, out here, there are still many questions of what happened. I'm on 42nd Street, the home where the man's body was found in a car just in front of a home out here, but nobody has any clue how that car ended up here, why that man was shot in the torso, and what happened here. This marks the 11th homicide, one of those being a police-involved shooting, in just 12 days here in Jacksonville. It also highlights a bigger concern that we're seeing violent crimes like this happen all over the city. With today's shooting and death, there are now 135 homicides in Jacksonville. 111 of those are murders. That number surpasses the total number last year of 131 homicides, and we still have a month and a half to go. The city is spending millions to combat the violence problem with programs like Cure Violence, ShotSpotter, and other high-tech crime-fighting tools. But when you look at these crime statistics now, is it paying off? We asked our crime and safety expert, Ken Jefferson, to weigh in on the fact that violent crime is occurring all over Jacksonville and not in areas just targeted by Cure Violence.
The fact that it's spreading, it just simply means that crime has no prejudice. It can happen anywhere. We just always have to be conscious of that fact and be cognizant of our surroundings.
One other statistic that's disturbing to many people is the number of people shot in Jacksonville. This year, 339, and it's growing every day. I had a chance to ask State Attorney Melissa Nelson about the growing numbers of shootings in Jacksonville.
Every shooting is a concern for us. We're working on it. It's a priority of our office and a priority of my administration.
The mayor and the sheriff are putting a lot of faith in Cure Violence, which launched last June.
We don't know if it's making a dent in it. We don't know if it's having an effect. But what we do know is that the numbers have gone up.
This afternoon, I talked with the coordinator of Cure Violence for the city. Damian Cook says they've seen progress, and even though the numbers of violent crime are up, he points to the fact that the community response has been one of acceptance and that they have mediated 30 situations that could have turned violent into a peaceful resolution. You know, Damian Cook also told me that he feels that Jacksonville is on pace with other cities that have Cure Violence. It's just going to take a little bit more time. They've only been here for about 6 months. We're live in Brentwood. Jim Piggott, Channel 4, the local station.